Priyanka Chopra Jonas, unfinished. Dear Papa, much like the title of this book, your story was unfinished. With that in mind, I dedicate the rest of mine to you. I miss you, Dad. Preface. I'm sitting in a meditative pose. In Sanskrit, it's called Sukhasana or happy pose. Spine straight, shins crossed, shoulders pulled back, and chest pulled upward. I'm taking slow, focused breaths to bring all my attention to my center. The slow breathing calms my mind so that I can now tackle life's challenges. Kidding. I am in reality likely sitting on the set of my latest film project, or on a plane, or slumped in a hair and makeup chair. My breathing is erratic from the 4 espresso shots I've inhaled in the past half hour while simultaneously wolfing down some form of comfort food. That's probably not the healthiest of options. Doritos, anyone? My overbooked schedule glares at me with 17 emails that are marked urgent, requires immediate action, and my phone is buzzing like a bumblebee on ecstasy. I'm running on IST, Indian Stretchable Time. I'm late, and I am in no frame of mind to make sense of my day, let alone my life. How is this possible when I come from mystical India, the land of yoga, meditation, the Bhagavad Gita, and one of the most learned civilizations of the world? Why I'm unable to invoke the infinite wisdom of my ancestors to calm my racing mind when so many people around the world have embraced the teachings of my great country and managed to incorporate its lessons of peace, love, and happiness quite effectively into their lives? Well, I am a product of traditional India and its ancient wisdom, and modern India and its urban bustle. My upbringing was always an amalgamation of the two Indias, and just as much of East and West. My mom was a fan of Elvis and the Doors. My dad listened to Muhammad Rafi and Lata Mangeshkar. My mom loves London, theatre, art, and nightlife. My dad loved taking road trips through our subcontinent and sampling the street food at every opportunity. I lived in small towns in northern India for much of my childhood, and I also lived in the United States for 3 years in my teens. Traditional and modern, East and West, there wasn't necessarily a plan to raise me as a blend of those influences, but here I am, someone who calls both Mumbai and Los Angeles home, who works comfortably in India, America, and plenty of countries in between, and whose style and passion reflect that global mindset. The cultural mashup invigorates me, is important to me because I believe we can all learn from one another, that we all need to learn from one another. You, my husband, Nick, as I embark on this new chapter of life with him, it seems like a good time to take stock. It's probably the first time as an adult that I have felt the desire to look back and reflect on how I've gotten onto this moment. The first time since my life took a huge, crazy turn more than 20 years ago and I became a public person. Part of this desire to be introspective comes with maturity, no doubt. And I think it's safe to say that part of it came along with Nick, a mature, introspective individual if ever there was one. Looking back, I remember how I felt as my 17-year-old self, a small town girl who exploded into India's awareness back in January of 2000 when I was crowned Miss India World. I had no idea what to do with this unexpected, widespread attention, or how to prepare for what was next, representing my country on the global stage of the Miss World pageant. My family had no idea either, because we weren't a pageant family or an entertainment family. Far from it, my parents were both doctors. With their love, support, and encouragement, I decided that I would do my best to learn from each new situation I found myself in, to throw myself into it wholeheartedly and work as hard as I knew how, sink or swim. And if there was a choice, I was always going to do my damnedest to swim. Admittedly, sometimes my strategy has been flawed, or haven't learned fast enough. But whatever my failures, they haven't been for lack of effort. I've always felt that life is a solitary journey, that we are each on a train, riding through our hours, our days, our years. We get in alone, we live alone, and the decisions we make as we travel on the train are our responsibility alone. Along the way, different people, the family we are born to, and the family we choose, the friends we meet, those we come to love, and who come to love us, get on and off the cars of our train. We're travelers, always moving, always in flux, and so are our fellow passengers. Our time riding together is fleeting, but it's everything, because the time together is what brings us love, joy, connection. Which is why I'm so grateful to be right here, right now, reflecting with you on my unfinished journey. I hope that whatever I've learned along the way, from fellow passengers, from my efforts and my own mistakes, can contribute to your journey too. Because, as I have discovered, if you are willing to be a student of life, the responsibilities and the possibilities are endless.